Hello and welcome to another Gnomoria Let's Play. In this take we're gonna be playing I think we're gonna be playing a small map, or a tiny map even, and we're gonna have sudden death on. What sudden death means is that oh, this looks interesting. Let's generate it. What sudden death means is that the enemies keep getting stronger and stronger, so you kind of have like a sort of a deadline before you before the goblins turn too strong for you to handle. So the first thing I want to do is like check where I'm gonna have my base. And it looks like this little area right here is the best at the moment. So we're gonna start by foraging everything here, and let's just do the entire map foraging. Actually, let's just fell all the trees as well. No, I don't want to do that, by the way. I just want the pine right now. So what I want to do in this Let's Play is I want to mine as little as possible and just focus on getting my ores from combat, aka slivers, and from the merchants. So I think that at times it's going to be pretty much just a waiting game. I am, however, going to dig into the mountain over here, but I'm not going to mine down to below 50 at least. So let's start mining. And over here I'm going to have let's do 12 by 12, I think is a good enough area to start your whole production setup. That way I can have 4, 8, 10. I can have 10 workshops in here and a little stockpile in the middle. 10 is enough to build 2 wood, 2 stone, 2 looms, that's 6. 3 of these guys, that's 9. And a bone carver. That's enough for all of my basic needs. And then I'm gonna have like the metal workshop down here somewhere. So I want to set up a little farm as well. First off, let's check up our... I don't need 2 farmers, I think. This guy is a better farmer, so I'm gonna keep him. And where did I... oh, here. So basically I'm gonna build like a little plateau over here. I could build it from this height, though. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, actually. This looks to me like a big enough area to set up your farm. And let's also set up a little pasture just so that the yaks actually make whoopee. Oh, we got stone from the get-go. That's nice. That means I really do not have to dig down anything at all. That's very nice. I am actually going to create these ones outside so that so that let's have everybody help with the building so that I can start with the farming as soon as possible. And the builders already have buildings set, so yeah, I think I'm pretty much just gonna mine this level out. 3 and above, nothing below it, just to like sort of increase the difficulty of the game. And I forgot to turn on the music. What a derp. Now let's have that on 0. If you have any suggestions to what I should name my gnomes, just go ahead and write them in the YouTube channel thing, and I will do my best to name my gnomes after you guys. Let's make another 12 by 12 room. Just sort of a backup hall to create stuff in. Plus I also need the dirt, which is pretty much the bigger reason right now. Nobody's idle. We have 5 guys building and 4 guys foraging and cutting down wood. I'm gonna probably lower this mountain, to be honest. And I'm gonna probably keep this mountain here. So they're getting along with building the whole plateau thing. And I am gonna build a wall here, like down. But that's gonna come at a later date, whenever I can afford to actually build stuff. Or when I can afford to carelessly not care about the what's it called, the goblins and everything else. So up here I'm gonna have a farm and a pine, what's called a pine and birch grove, just so that my fort is self-sufficient. And I am going to have to remove all these ramps down, so that I only have one entrance to my fort. And it's probably going to be down here. Let's see, how many guys are building now? 4 guys are building, the rest are chopping trees and everything else. Now this is going to take a few days to just get going with the digging and everything else that needs to be done. set our miners to actually, yeah, they're mining before building, so this should get done pretty soon, I think. Oh, I am going to try to keep these episodes at about 20 minutes each. And in this one, I'll be honest with you, not that much is going to happen except for me terraforming my base. It's all about the base. How many levels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels I have to mine down. That shouldn't take so long. However, I don't think that my miners actually gain skill from mining digging ramps down. That is quite easy to find out though. Let's check out their mining skill. 31, 28. Let's see later on when they're done with this project what their skill is at. However, the mining skill is pretty much going to be irrelevant in this playthrough, since my miners aren't going to be mining so much. I'll probably turn them into blacksmiths later on. So yeah, they're building up the ramp, and I'd say they're probably about half done now, so that's nice. And just keep mining, minions. Oh, they actually do gain. Let's cancel this job. No idle gnomes allowed. Let's just create a little farm right here, so that they start producing that wheat that we so desperately need, to be honest, to feed our yaks with. I just played a game like off stream, and I accidentally removed my wheat farm at about just before the first winter, so all of my yaks died, and that was it took me about a year to catch up to pretty much every production. Since I couldn't create beds, they slept really bad. They slept for like 10 hours a day. It doesn't sound like much, but it's pretty much in this game. So yeah, they're starting to set up the farm. And I am going to keep all of these apple trees and everything else. And I'm not going to wall off in this game. I don't think I'm even going to what's it called, build a tinker bench, but now that I think about it, that means that I am going to die at some point, and I'd like to delay it as much as possible. And for that I do need a tinker bench to at least filter the goblins. Even though I failed in my last playthrough to actually filter them properly. And they just rushed my base. So, yeah. I just wish that they didn't sleep so much. And in my last game, I only had one farmer as well, but his skill was really high. He started out at about 40, and by the end of year 2, he was like 75. So that was really nice. I only needed one farmer. He would have been done with this farm a long time ago if he was in this fortress. Let's see, how are they leveling up their mining skill? Oh, 33, 31, that's pretty good. Let's have our woodcutters actually start crafting planks. And I am going to have a very military heavy game as well. I'm gonna have these 9 starting gnomes as my workforce, and every nomad after that is gonna be in my military. So I do have to set them to be very, very effective in their jobs. Let's fill everything here as well. Now we got a nice little front going on. Hopefully a bear doesn't spawn anytime soon. And I'm gonna build a well down here. So yeah, whenever this finishes, I'm gonna end the episode when they finish building this plateau. And I'm gonna move on to the next episode when I actually start producing the workshops and everything. Which is gonna be a bit more fun to watch than this, I believe. this is just like the main building stage of the game. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels to go, or like 3 more levels, because I'm done with this one pretty much. So let's name one of the gnomes after myself. Spyware the Emperor. Spyware the Builder. That's me. If you want your names, like I said earlier, to be named after yourself, or if you have a funny name or whatever, just write a comment with a suggestion, and I will rename them after you. Also, make sure you follow me. It does help a lot. I'm going to try to put up one video at least every 2 or 3 days with this playthrough. And I do like to have you guys' opinions and what you guys think I should be doing. That's pine. And this farm is just temporary, to be honest. It's not going to be that small, and it's not going to be located right there either. I'm going to make a 10 by 10 wheat farm and a 10 by 10 pasture, which I think is enough for 8 jacks. Which is more than enough for a small community. By the time I need more yaks, it's gonna be like year 2 or 3 probably. And I think that the main difficulty for me to increase the kingdom value, or is to increase the kingdom value so that I get more nomads, but we'll see how that goes later on. And they're just about done with building the plateau. I'm gonna have a ton of dirt when they're done. Let's see, that's already 5 stacks, and it's gonna be like 4 more, I think. Yeah. And it's already been 4 days of spring, so... Oh, they're actually increasing quite a bit now. So, yeah. Luckily in this episode I do have my microphone turned on, so it's not like in the last episode where I didn't have it turned on in the first episode, which I think, to be honest, lost me quite many views in the whole series, because most people just watched the first episode and were like, oh man, this guy's a total idiot. He's recording a game with no microphone sound on. Alright. 5 more to go, guys. Come on. Sorry, 6. Now it's 5. Come on, guys. 4. Let's do a little countdown. 3. 2. 1 more, guys. You can do it. I'm gonna let this day pass. So 4 more hours of game time. And then I'm gonna cut it. What the fuck is that? Yeah, so in the next episode I'm gonna set up the work area down here to suit my liking. And that's it, guys. That's the first episode. Thanks for watching. Check my next episode. I'm gonna be recording it right now, and I'll post it whenever